slapen. En dan hou ik van voetbal kijken. En van spelen met mijn dochters natuurlijk. Ik hou van mijn dochters. Dat ben ik in het kort. How did that go, ladies and gentlemen? Was it too fast? Was it okay? Yeah? All right. Don't hesitate to stick your hand up, huh? You are here to make mistakes. You are here because you don't understand. Yeah, that's the reason why you are here. So, and all of you are, so please don't hesitate to let me know when things are not quite clear. I'm going to begin with Aljana. Aljana, wie ben jij? In het Nederlands, alsjeblieft.
Oké. Mijn naam is Aljana. Je mag Ali zeggen. Ik ben 26 jaar. 26 jaar. Ik woon in Amsterdam-Noord. Ik werk als een front office studying coordinator bij een hotel in Amsterdam.
Mooi Nederlands. Mooi Nederlands.
Dankjewel.
Front office coordinator, ja.
Mijn partner is Nederlands. Dus ik kan proberen en try met hem.
Oké, ja, heel goed. Super.
Ja.
En hoe lang woon je nu in Nederland?
Ik woon hier voor 2 jaar.
Aha.
Maar ik had een studie gedaan in Leeuwarden in 2015.
Oké.
En ik had Nederlands classes.
Oké.
Ja.
Dankjewel. I'm going to type 1 or 2 phrases that I hear you say that we have to that need some feedback, but I'm going to do this at the end, okay? Maar goed gedaan, Aljana, super. Dankjewel. Eslam. Aha. Oké. En waarom ben jij naar Nederland gekomen? Bijna 9 jaar geleden? Voor je werk. Oké. Dankjewel. Goed gedaan. En welkom, Eslam. Jij ook natuurlijk, Eliana, was ik vergeten. Francesco.
Hallo, fijne avond. Ik ben Francesco. Ik woon in Amsterdam, maar ik kom uit Italië. En ik ben een Italiaanse fysiotherapeut. En ik ben in Nederland voor 1 jaar. Ja, we can say 1 jaar. Mijn hobby is voetbal, sport. Dat is alles.
Oké.
Dat is alles.
Oké, super. En waarom ben jij naar Nederland gekomen, Francesco?
Sorry?
Waarom ben jij naar Nederland gekomen?
Voor werk.
Voor je werk ook?
Ja.
Oké. Super, dat is duidelijk, dat is clear. Dankjewel, Francesco.
Dankjewel. Bedankt.
Pedro.
Ik ben Pedro. Ik woon in Spanje. Ik leer Nederlands, want mijn dochter woont in Tilburg. Ik ga alleen Nederland op vakantie.
Oké.
Ik ben natuurkunde.
Ja.
En ik werk met computers.
Oké.
Ik hou van fietsen, mountainbike.
Mountains hebben we niet hier in Nederland. Hè? Maar biken kan wel, ja. Oké, dankjewel. Pedro, waar in Spanje woon je?
Canarische eilanden.
Welke eilanden?
Tenerife.
In Tenerife, de Canarische eilanden.
Canarie-eiland, oké.
Oké, wij zeggen Canarische eilanden.
Ah.
Ja. Oké, dankjewel. Wel, welkom, Pedro. Welkom. Goed gedaan. Duidelijk. Caio.
Hi.
Hi.
Mijn naam is Caio. Ik ben 20 jaar oud. Ik ben een student en ik woon in Amsterdam.
Mhm.
En ja, ik kom uit Brazilië.
En hoe lang woon je nu in Nederland?
Ik heb in Nederland gewoond voor 1 jaar. 1 jaar?
Mhm. Mhm.
Ja.
Oké. En waarom? Waarom ben je hier in Nederland?
Te studeren.
Oké, en wat studeer je?
Data science.
Data science, ja, oké.
Ja.
Oké. En waar in Brazilië kom je vandaan?
Ik kom uit São Paulo.
São Paulo, nou, boring.
Ja, een
Everybody.
grote stad.
Ah ja, nou, everyone's from São Paulo. Always from
Ja.
São Paulo. Oké, oké. Dankjewel Caio. Goed gedaan. Welkom. Welkom. Christina.
Ja, hallo. Ik ben Christina. Ik kom uit Romanië. Ik ben 33 jaar. Ik ben 33.
Ja.
Bit of German there, almost. Ik woon in Amsterdam. En ja, ik kom in Nederland voor werk.
Oké.
Mm.
Oké. En heb je gezegd hoe lang ben je nu in Nederland?
4 jaar.
4 jaar. Oké, voor je werk.
Ja.
En wat doe je?
Ik werk in supply chain.
De supply chain.
Ja. Dus
Oké.
that's it.
Oké. Goed gedaan. Dankjewel, Christina. Dankjewel. En welkom natuurlijk, ook jij. Bhaskar.
Oké. Ik ben Bhaskar. Ik ben 44 jaar ook.
Mhm.
Ik woon in Amsterdam, in Eiburg.
Ja.
Ik woon hier met mijn vriendin. Zij is Duits. Wij hebben geen kinderen.
Mhm.
Wij willen een hond.
Mhm.
Ik spreek Nederlands. Ik spreek Engels en Hindi.
Mhm.
Ik ben ondernemer en ik werk ik werk at Amsterdam Zuid.
Ik werk voor,
Ik werk
denk ik.
Oké.
Ja. En ben je ZZP'er?
No, private BV.
Oké.
BV, ja.
Oké, super. Bhaskar, en waarom ben je naar Nederland gekomen?
Waarom? Ik kom hier voor werk.
Voor je werk ook.
Yes.
Oké.
Ja.
Super. Dankjewel. Goed gedaan. Welkom. Alison.
Ik ben Alison. Ik ben 33 jaar. Ik woon in Amsterdam met mijn hond en mijn partner.
Mhm.
Ik kom uit Amerika. Ik woon hier 5 jaar. Ja,
Oké.
that's it.
Oké. En waarom ben je naar Nederland gekomen?
Voor mijn werk.
En wat is je werk?
Risk management.
Risk management. Okay. There's quite a bit of that we need managed, so step it up, Alison. Waar in Amerika, waar kom je vandaan?
Ik kom uit Boston.
Boston. Oké.
Boston, yeah.
Alright. Welkom. Goed gedaan.
Dankjewel.
Cansu, last but not least.
Hallo, ik ben Cansu. Ik kom uit Turkije. Ik spreek Turkish, een beetje Nederlands, Italiaans en een beetje Spaans ook. Ik werk in Amsterdam. Ik woon nu in Amstelveen. Ik werk in Amsterdam-Zuid voor een bedrijf maken ketchup. Ik maak IT-projecten, data science. Ja, ik heb gestudeerd in Italië before.
Oké. En hoe lang ben je in Nederland?
3 jaar.
Nu 3 jaar. Oké, Chansu, dankjewel. Welkom terug. Goed je weer te zien. Ik had Chansu in haar eerste cursus bij Uvatalen, dus goed je weer te zien, Chansu. En welkom allemaal. Goed gedaan. Het niveau is hoog. The level is relatively high, ladies and gentlemen. So my expectations have risen as well. Ja. Ja, precies, Bhaskar. Ja. Okay. You see here I have put in 5. Can everyone see the chat? Kan iedereen de chat zien? Ja?
Ja.
Ja, Christina, jij ook? Ja.
Ja.
Oké. Ik heb hier 5 zinnen en woorden getypt. De eerste is een klassieker. Dat is een classic. Ik woon hier voor 2 jaar. Voor 3 jaar. Voor 9 jaar. Het is niet incorrect, maar het is ook niet correct. You're not saying what you think you're saying. When you say, ik woon hier voor 2 jaar. When you say this, you hope to say, I arrived 2 years ago, and since then I have been living here for these 2 years. Right?
Yeah.
No. First question. What's the mistake? Second question. What's that, Francisco? Was it Aslam? Ik kon het niet zien. I couldn't see. Ja, Aslam. Wat is, waarom voor? Waarom? Ja. Ja, dat is correct. Ja, dat is correct. Ja. Je zegt, ik woon hier 2 jaar. Ik woon hier bijna 2 jaar. Ik woon hier nu 2 jaar. Ik woon hier ongeveer 2 jaar. More or less. About. Dat is oké. Maar ik woon hier voor 2 jaar. Het kan wel. It is possible. Maar het betekent iets anders. It means something else. What do you say when you say ik woon hier voor 2 jaar?
You might say it like you will stay for 2 years.
Yeah, that's it, Chansu. Very good. Between the moment you arrive and the moment you leave. Francesco, somebody is making noise in the background, aren't they? No?
No.
Oh.
No.
It sounded like there was some background noise somewhere and your face lit up.
Let me try to take off the haircut.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. When you say, ik woon hier voor 2 jaar, you say, between the moment I arrive and the moment I leave, 2 years. Perhaps you have a contract and your boss has already said, listen, we need you only for these 2 years in Amsterdam. But after these 2 years, you're coming home. Then you can tell us, ik woon hier voor 2 jaar. So you don't necessarily say anything about when you arrive. You just say, the total time I'll be here is 2 years. Yeah. Again, it's a classic mistake. So I get to talk I talk about this one a lot. And then the second one, number 2. Let me see. I heard Of course, this is from Islam, but because it's Egypte, right? But I also heard Francesco say this. Francesco, ik komt uit Egypte. Wat is niet correct hier? What is not correct here?
I don't know. I said the same things. I
yeah.
said he komt uit Italië.
Ja, precies.
Komt.
Should be kom.
Kom.
Yeah.
Yeah, should be kom. Yeah. The verb never has a te at the end, unless the verb has the te in itself, right? Zitten is ik zit, of course. But the te we only add in all of the other verb and singular combinations. Yeah. It's always ik kom, ik loop, ik ga, ik werk, ik woon, etc. Okay. And then ik ga Nederland op vakantie. Can you show a hand if you see it? Aniana, Ali?
Ja, ik ga naar Nederland op vakantie.
Ja, naar Nederland. Gaan is most of the time combined with naar. If you mention the destination, at least the destination is always naar. Just like in English, to. I go to the Netherlands. Ik ga naar. Ja. And then pronunciation, uitspraak. Christina, this little 3-letter word. I think it was you.
Which one?
The little 3-letter word. Yeah. Are you on a tablet or your phone?
I'm on my phone. I will always be on my phone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Out.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. What you said was a perfect rendition of quite a few accents along the border with I don't know. Lots of people say uit. Ik kom uit. But it's not considered a regular Nederlands. No.
Okay.
And then the last one, Alison, this one is especially for you. For you and for Caio, actually. When I lived in Brazil, it was pointed out to me, no, you are not from America. My wife being from Texas, no, you're not from America. We are all from America. Huh? Yeah. So, what is the official name of your country, Alison? In het Nederlands.
I always say this wrong. Verschillende staten.
Dat is niet slecht. Dat is moeilijk, hè? So, I understand your choosing the easy way out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, chop it up in two. Verenigde.
Verenigde.
Again?
Verenigde.
Perfect. Verenigd. Verenigde. De Verenigde Staten. Alright. Of gewoon de VS. Ik kom uit de VS. Dat is ook oké. Dat is ook oké. Alright. Again. Goed gedaan. Well done. Heeft iemand een vraag voor nu? Voor iemand in de groep of voor mij? Heeft iemand een vraag? Any questions?
Niet voor me.
Niet voor me. Please don't hesitate to ask them. Okay, I told you after the introductions we would quickly take a look at the book. And we will do so quickly because the majority has already worked with it, so you should be familiar with it. Anyway, na A2, you see at the very the first page, the outside, this means that at the end of the course, you will have attained the A2 level. For those of you who don't know, the European Union, in all its wisdom, has labeled your proficiency in languages in A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. And you will, at the end of the book, have A2. We are going to do hoofdstuk 10 tot en met 18, so the final 9 chapters of this book. We will have 10 weeks to do so. This includes the exam at the very end of the course. And this exam will be done online, obviously, with me, same time, same place. And we will talk more in depth about that when the time comes near. Now, what the chapters look like, you've all opened a book before. You'll see. I would like to spend a little bit of time in the appendixes, in the appendices. De bijlage. The first one is pagina 261. Pagina 261. How have you been doing practicing your numbers? Pagina 261.
Sorry, I don't have my book yet.
Okay. When will it arrive, Aliana?
Should be tomorrow. They said it should be last week, but like the Christmas and everything.
Yeah. Okay. Good that you mentioned this. During the break, I will take a few photos of the parts that will be relevant for now and send them your way. Okay. For the rest, has everybody else? Did everybody else manage to pick up their book? Yeah.
I also don't have my book.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Okay. I will email you those pictures. So the bijlage 1. This one is less relevant, but this is where the bijlage or the appendixes start. This is a checklist that you can choose to fill in at the end of the course to see whether or not you have understood everything. The much more relevant one begins op bladzijde 264. 264. Het grammatica-overzicht, the grammar overview. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is all per chapter, presented per chapter. And so I assume that you understand each and every one of the grammar points in chapters 1 through 9.
Een beetje.
Een beetje, ja, precies. I also assume that you don't. It's a lot of information, yeah. You are expected to make mistakes, and don't worry. Again, ask me if anything is not quite clear and you want a refresher on a specific thing. It might not be a bad idea to spend some time in the coming week to just go through all of this and see which parts are not yet internalized. Hoofdstuk 10 begins at 274. So that's so that's what we'll be starting with today. Moving on to 281. If you have those good old-fashioned post-its, little labelers, I would recommend you label these things, these pages, and these are useful. Page 281 is the onregelmatige werkwoorden. Yeah, Bhaskar is already smiling and nodding. He's like, yes, this is my favorite part.
Not.
I know. No, what is it, Bhaskar? What are these?
The irregular verbs, right?
The irregular verbs, that's right. What's the trick when it comes to memorizing the irregular verbs?
You have to memorize them.
You just have to memorize them, that's right. Yeah, practice. I would like to point out, you see these 4 columns, right? And they're all labeled. The last one, I think, doesn't require a lot of explanation. That's just the English translation. But the first 3, infinitive, imperfectum, and perfectum. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the technical terms of my trade. For me, these are as common as een broodje kaas en een glas karnemelk. I understand if to you these technical terms are not so easily understood. please let me know when you're not sure. Yeah, I would like to point out that infinitive, this is the very basic form of the verb, the form that you would find in the dictionary, the form that everyone assumes if you have the infinitive and you know whether the verb is regular or irregular, then off you go. You should be able to make the rest of the conjugations. Now, imperfectum and perfectum are the two main past tenses. Imperfectum we're going to start with today. Perfectum you already know, right? Yeah, and as Bhaskar said, just memorize. Yay. Bijlage 4, appendix number 4 is only for publishing nerds. So if you are one, good luck. I am not. Bladzijde 288. 288. 288. I hope you recognize what this is.
We should.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I agree, Francesco, you should. Yeah. Over here, you see a map of the world, including what is the rest? Alison, what do you think you're looking at there?
The ABC Islands.
Yeah, for example, what else?
Aruba, Curacao. They've got Suriname in there.
Yeah.
And Sint Maarten.
Yeah. So why this map? What's the point?
These are the Dutch territories.
Used to be. Yeah. This is where Dutch is still spoken. Yeah. Yeah. So all of the places you can go to and flaunt your Nederlands. Yeah. There are one or two places you might think, why is this not here?
South Africa.
South Africa. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I have had quite a few South African students, and it's funny when they speak their Afrikaans and I speak my Nederlands, we usually do okay understanding each other. But I think it's like Spanish and Portuguese. If you speak slowly, you can kind of get what the other is saying, but they are definitely different languages. Yeah. Especially grammar-wise and pronunciation. My South African students you tend to struggle. But yeah, those are all the territories where you can still speak Nederlands. Yay, colonialism. Anyway, the next bijlage, the next annex is bijlage 7, het register, is all the words that the book introduces at some point. I don't know when you would use it, but there you go. Much more important, ladies and gentlemen, is the bijlage 8, appendix number 8. Bladzijde 310. 310. Really stick a little label in there, because what is it we're looking at here? Christina, what do you think?
Antwoorden.
Yeah, and what does that mean, antwoorden?
The answers to the exercise.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, I will expect you to use this section of the book after you've completed your homework. But seriously, use it. There will be quite a few fill in the gap or multiple choice exercises in the book. And after you complete this, please check your answers, because I will usually skip them in class unless you have a specific question. Yeah. So please don't forget, after you complete your homework, go to the back of the book and see whether or not the answers are there. Yeah. Okay. Again, this was a quick run through the way the book works. For those of you who have not worked with this, the rest of the chapters, yeah, you will have some listening, you will have some vocab, you will have some grammar, some reading. All of it is part of the curriculum, of course. Some of the chapters will have more grammar than others. Some of the vocabulary will be longer than others. It is all going to be fun. Oh, Bhaskar. I don't know if anyone picked this up. He has a spare book. Oh, I almost forgot. You say this, but at the very beginning of the book, you open the book, and then not the very first page, but the next one. There's a code printed right here, and you need this code to create a little profile on the publisher's website to get access to the online material. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to do this as soon as you can, because there is so much more available online. All of the audio is online, of course. So I say this because if you get a second-hand book, you have to check whether this code is still valid. If it is not, you may have to pay extra to the publisher and see if they can extend the code, because you are going to need it. There you go. All the audio is available. There you go. Eslam gives it
Thank you.
for you to download. Excellent. Dankjewel. Still, you need the code. You need to log into the website, because there will be videos, there will be extra grammar explanation, songs, extra exercises. But this is very helpful, Eslam. Dankjewel. Dankjewel. Please don't hesitate. Yeah. There you go. Kyle and Ali, you can just hit download on that, and you're set. Dankjewel, Eslam. Dankjewel.
Thank you very much.
Dankjewel. All right. I forgot how much talking I always have to do this very first lesson. I don't like it. Heeft iemand een vraag? Does any question? Did anything pop up regarding the book, regarding the course, what to expect in the next 10 weeks? No?
Okay, maybe I have a question.
Hey.
Do you think by the end of the course we'll be able to ask a question like I'm asking right now in full Dutch?
No, impossible.
No. Okay.
Good one. I love this type of question. When people ask me, so if I take this course, what will my level be by the end? Yeah. Well, you have me to ask your question, to answer your questions and give you explanations. You have this book to do all the exercises and listen to all the audio. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not where you're going to learn the language. I hope you realize that, right? This is not where you learn Nederlands. You learn Nederlands out there. Yeah? Ali, you have a Dutch partner, you said? A huge advantage. Maybe not so much because, you know, my wife, she definitely speaks some Nederlands, but after having been here, what? Over 7 years, her level should be better, especially considering my profession. Yeah, we just speak English all the time. The girls, our daughters, their first language is English. So it depends on how you relate yourself to the language. And I know, especially for those living in Amsterdam, it's not so easy. You get English all the time. No matter how hard you try, people respond in het Engels, right? I see people, yeah. Het is moeilijk, ja, zeker, yeah. And so you have to put in the extra effort outside of the lessons, outside of the book, to really internalize it, to really make it part of your daily life. And this is something that I can only give you tips and hints and pointers, but you're going to have to do this yourself. But again, Ali, having a Dutch partner it could be very helpful. Do you usually speak Nederlands or Engels?
Engels.
Engels, yeah, see?
Mhm.
And just like within a country, the language is says a lot about the culture. Within a relationship as well, right? Between two people or even in a family, you have your own tiny little bubble of a culture. And language is equally important. And change the language and you change the culture. And that's not so easy. So it's understandable. But what you could do is say every day between 4 and 5. Or in the kitchen, only Nederlands, for example. And those are just some tips I could give you. Cansu, do you remember what are some other tips that I give my students?
Listen podcasts, watch TVs, and try to practice.
Yeah. You missed the listen to the podcasts. Yeah, there is one I put even just a little bit
Radio.
on the radio. Yeah, heel goed. And do you remember? Because you were my student before, you know exactly which radio stations I recommend, right?
Oh, it's very hard. I don't remember all of it. I don't have my notebook actually today at all.
It's okay. It's okay. NPO Radio 1 or Business News Radio. These are the newscasts. If you don't get too depressed by what the radio stations have to offer, the news, then please turn these on every day. 10 minutes, half an hour, the full 8 hours, the longer the better. And have them on in the background. You don't even have to listen. Just turn them on in the background. And this will be very helpful, especially in the long run. You will start to understand more and more and more of what is being said. Even though right now you maybe understand 5%, 10% of what is being said, don't be discouraged. Just take a deep breath. Keep turning that radio on every day, and it will be so helpful in the long run. You can just find these online. Business News Radio is the commercial equivalent of the public radio station NPO Radio 1. Ja, Nederlandse televisie, Nederlandse films, Nederlands Netflix. Pardon. En anyone else?
Television?
Bhaskar?
Kids television. I really
Ja.
like.
Ja, heel goed. Anything for kids. Kinderboeken ook. Kinderboeken. This is just one example. Several generations of Dutch people have grown up reading Pluk van de Pettenflat. Annie M.G. Schmid is the writer. She wrote, she passed away, I'd say about 10 years ago, but she wrote an insane amount of material. Songs and plays and wonderful. Kids' books, ladies and gentlemen. And you might smile at the screen going, yeah, I'm a 30-something year old professional. I'm not going to go and read the children's books. Okay, but they're super helpful and they're fun. They can be. So go out and try to find ways to practice your Nederlands, ladies and gentlemen. The last one before I stop talking about this is de buurman of de buurvrouw. What is buurman of buurvrouw, Caio?
Neighbor.
Ik heb geen idee.
The neighbor. Yeah, the neighbor. The older lady, the older gentleman that you see all the time seems a little bit lonely, perhaps. Please don't hesitate to invite them for een kopje thee of een kopje koffie. And please make sure that they understand, listen, you have to do something in return for this lovely kopje thee and lovely kopje koffie. Ik wil graag mijn Nederlands oefenen. And usually they are very happy to oblige. Try to find someone, create a situation in which you feel safe enough to be a blubbering idiot trying to make your way through this language, taking so long to just formulate the most basic sentences, feeling like you say everything incorrectly. That's what you're about. Try to find a place, try to find a person with which you feel safe enough to do this. It is so important, because if you don't, you will see that your progress will be slow and will remain slow. Yeah. This is a very long answer to a very simple question, Ali. I'm sorry. But please try to make sure to find ways outside of the lesson to practice. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Anyone else? No? All right. Het is, hoe laat is het nu, Francesco? Francesco, you're...
Sorry, één momentje, ja. It's 8:10.
7:50. We don't say uur, unless it's 8 uur, 12 uur. Ja, 7:50 ongeveer. Ja, perfect. It's about halfway, right? We're about halfway? Ja.
Ja,
Ja.
almost.
Ja, precies. We gaan even 5 minuutjes pauzeren. Ja?
Ja.
5 minuten pauze en dan gaan we beginnen met het boek. And then we're going to start on the book.
Top.
Tot zo. Oké, allemaal. Welkom terug. Welcome back. Kayo, heb jij het boek gedownload? Did you download the book? Ja, oké. Adi, jij ook? Ja, oké. So everyone has a copy now. That's great. We gaan naar hoofdstuk 10 bij de fietsenmaker. Chansu, ben jij daar ook? Chansu. Okay, I'm sure she will be back at any moment. Nou, normaal. We gaan naar de dialoog luisteren, dames en heren. We're going to listen to this dialogue. Normaal doen jullie dit thuis. Het is de eerste les, dus in de eerste les doen wij dit samen. And when listening to the dialogue, I ask you to listen 3 or 4 times, and each time slightly differently. The first time you listen without reading along. So I'm going to ask you to minimalize your digital form or to shut your book. We're going to listen to the book, to the dialogue, without reading along. And the second time we're going to listen whilst reading along. And then the other 2 times I'm going to talk to you about later. But first, just reading without, no, the other way around. Listening without reading. Chansu, ben je daar echt niet? Daar ben je. Oké. We gaan luisteren naar de dialoog. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really not at the top of my game. First of all, what does the chapter cover? Bladzijde 142. The little blue box, the bullet points always tell us exactly what the chapter is going to cover. Bhaskar, kan jij het eerste lezen? Can you read the very first bullet point here in the blue box, please? You're muted.
Second dat je iemand niet verstaat.
Ja, en wat is dat in het Engels?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Zeggen, what is zeggen? Do you know?
Say?
To say, ja. Iemand, do you know what iemand
Anyone?
means? Anyone or someone. Dutch does not make this beautiful distinction between anyone or someone. We all just use iemand. Say that you don't understand someone. Verstaan is to understand.
Okay.
Dankjewel. Pedro, de volgende.
Zeggen dat je iemand niet begrijpt.
Ja, de betekenis daarvan, wat is de betekenis?
Zeggen, say that, say something to someone.
No, it's not that general. Can someone help? Begrijpen? Ja, Esam? Yeah. So say that you don't understand something or someone. Oh, great. Verstaan en begrijpen. 2 different words to mean to understand. There is a difference, of course. Ali, the next one. Can you read the next bullet point? Do you have it?
Ja. Vragen hoe je iets zegt in het Nederlands. In het Nederlands, ja. How you say something in Dutch.
Yeah, and what is the first word? Vragen. What does that mean?
To ask how
To
you ask someone how you say it in Dutch.
Ask how you say something in het Nederlands. Very good. Alison.
Onderdelen van de fiets.
Meaning?
Onderdelen, not sure. The bike. So fixing the bike.
Parts of the bike.
Parts.
Yeah. Het onderdeel is the part. Kayo.
Yeah. Imperfectum?
Imperfectum, dankjewel. Any idea what imperfectum, what that is?
A verbal tense.
Yeah, very good. It's the equivalent of in English, I was, I went, I saw. Ja, dankjewel. En dan, Francesco.
Gebruik perfectum en imperfectum.
Gebruik.
Gebruik.
Ja, meaning?
Choose.
To use.
To your
Gebruiken
work.
is to use.
Okay.
Yeah. So when to use the one, when to use perfectum, I have been, I have gone, I have seen, as opposed to I was, I went, I saw. When to use the one over the other. En dan, Christina?
Imperfectum modale werkwoorden.
Yeah.
So I think modal verbs
Yeah.
for the imperfect. Yeah.
Yeah, so the past tense of the modal verbs. Remind us, Christina, wat zijn de modale werkwoorden?
Hebben en zijn.
Nee, hebben en zijn are not modaal. No, they are
Wil,
kun, you know?
willen, kunnen. Moeten. Another one with M, which I forgot.
Mogen.
Mogen. There's like a fifth. Zullen.
Zullen. Ja, precies. Kunnen, moeten, mogen, willen en zullen. Heel goed. En dan de laatste. Dankjewel, Christina. De laatste, Eslam. You're muted, Eslam. Yeah, exactly. So it might be it might be a good thing to take a moment and what is the word uitspraak? What does that mean? Wat betekent dat? Pronunciation. Yeah, the uitspraak means the pronunciation of ui, ei, and o. The I, you can see the I sound is spelled in two different ways, but it's au, ei, o. Yeah? Okay. Now it's time to really get started on the dialogue. Again, close your books or minimize it if you have the digital form. We gaan luisteren.
Dialoog bij hoofdstuk 10. Mevrouw Kirbas, de huisarts, komt met haar fiets bij de fietsenmaker.
Nou, ik hoef u niet te vragen wat u hier komt doen.
Nee, dat is inderdaad wel duidelijk. Mijn fiets lijkt wel totaal los.
Wat is er gebeurd?
Ik ben gevallen. Het regende gisteren en het was een beetje glad. Ik fietste weg van onze praktijk, wilde rechts afslaan en gleed weg. Ik mankeerde zelf niets, maar mijn fiets wel. Er zit een slag in het wiel. Het stuur en het zadel staan scheef en dat ding, hoe zeg je dat in het Nederlands, is afgebroken. Hoe heet zo'n ding?
U bedoelt de bagagedrager. De trapper is ook kapot. En de banden zijn erg glad.
Sorry, ik heb u niet verstaan. Wat zegt u?
De banden zijn erg oud, dus het is wel logisch dat u bent gevallen.
Ja, het zijn inderdaad oude banden. Het is helemaal een oude fiets, maar hij reed nog prima. Misschien kunt u ook even naar de remmen kijken? Ze deden het vanmorgen niet goed.
Ik zal de hele fiets even controleren. Ik maak hem weer tip-top in orde.
Wat bedoelt u?
Ik maak uw fiets weer als nieuw.
Heel graag. Ik leer hier veel nieuwe woorden en uitdrukkingen. Wanneer is hij klaar?
Morgen is het Koningsdag, een feestdag. Dat betekent dat we dan gesloten zijn. Overmorgen, aan het einde van de dag, kunt u hem weer ophalen.
Oké. We gaan nog een keer luisteren. Maar nu, lees mee, alsjeblieft. Yeah, so open your books and read along. We're going to listen again. Everybody ready? Here we go.
Dialoog bij hoofdstuk 10. Mevrouw Kirbas, de huisarts, komt met haar fiets bij de fietsenmaker.
Nou, ik hoef u niet te vragen wat u hier komt doen.
Nee, dat is inderdaad wel duidelijk. Mijn fiets lijkt wel totaal los.
Wat is er gebeurd?
Ik ben gevallen. Het regende gisteren en het was een beetje glad. Ik fietste weg van onze praktijk, wilde rechts afslaan en gleed weg. Ik mankeerde zelf niets, maar mijn fiets wel. Er zit een slag in het wiel. Het stuur en het zadel staan scheef en dat ding, hoe zeg je dat in het Nederlands, is afgebroken. Hoe heet zo'n ding?
U bedoelt de bagagedrager. De trapper is ook kapot. En de banden zijn erg glad.
Sorry, ik heb u niet verstaan. Wat zegt u?
De banden zijn erg oud, dus het is wel logisch dat u bent gevallen.
Ja, het zijn inderdaad oude banden. Het is helemaal een oude fiets, maar hij reed nog prima. Misschien kunt u ook even naar de remmen kijken. Ze deden het vanmorgen niet goed.
Ik zal de hele fiets even controleren. Ik maak hem weer tip-top in orde.
Wat bedoelt u?
Ik maak uw fiets weer als nieuw.
Heel graag. Ik leer hier veel nieuwe woorden en uitdrukkingen. Wanneer is hij klaar?
Morgen is het Koningsdag, een feestdag. Dat betekent dat we dan gesloten zijn. Overmorgen, aan het einde van de dag, kunt u hem weer ophalen.
All right. How did that go? Hoe ging dat? Nou? Nou, dat is heel goed. Dat is heel goed. I assume that there will be plenty of new words in here. The words, particular words that you're not quite sure of. Is there anything that you would like to point out first? Is there any remarks, any questions before we go to the woordenlijst, before we go to the vocabulary list? Is there anything you'd like to check? No? All right. What I like to do in my lessons is we're going to go through the woordenlijst. So I will ask you one after the other to read a word. And then this is mostly for pronunciation purposes. And then there will be time to ask questions about any meanings. And then we're going to go into the grammar afterwards. But first the woordenlijst. Wie kan er beginnen? Even kijken. Pedro, wil jij beginnen alsjeblieft?
De fiets.
Dankjewel. Ali.
De fietsenmaker.
Eslam? Perfect, inderdaad. Ja. Alison.
Duidelijk.
Ja. Christina?
Lijken.
Ja, heel goed. Chansu?
Total loss.
This is one of my favorite words in the entire book. Yeah.
I feel like I learned Dutch.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad everybody gets a chuckle out of this. And dan Bhaskar.
Gebeurd.
And also in parentheses, please.
Gebeuren.
Gebeuren. Ja, precies. So the form that you see in the parentheses is in this case, the infinitive. It's the basic form of the word. Gebeuren. Dankjewel. Kajon.
Gevallen. En vallen.
En vallen. Dankjewel, Francesco.
Regende, regenen.
The emphasis, de klemtoon, is op regen.
Regen. Oké.
I haven't specified this, but ladies and gentlemen, I assume you all have a notebook and a pen with you. to make notes of the things that I say and the words that I share in the chat. These are yours to write down and for me to forget. Yeah? Okay. So the klemtoon is the emphasis specifically for a word. The klemtoon in a word or a sentence. Regende, regenen.
Regende.
Ja. Pedro.
Glad.
Ali.
Fietsen weg, or wegfietsen.
Zeker. Aslam. Alison.
De praktijk.
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 Ja, de praktijk. Any questions about any of the words here on bladzijde 143? Any questions so far? Pedro?
Fietsen weg. Wegfietsen. Nieuw.
Yeah. This is a word such as schoonmaken or kennismaken, for example, or lesgeven. They are called separable verbs. Hoofdstuk 12. This fun will be discussed. A separable verb. For now, just leave it as this. Anything else? Op bladzijde 143? Nee? Oké. 144. Christina.
Wilde, willen.
Ja, chance.
Sorry. Rechts afslaan.
Dankjewel. Pascal.
Gleed weg. Wegleiden.
Kyle.
Mankieren.
Ja, heel goed. Where does the emphasis, the klemtoon, go here, Kyle?
Mankieren?
Ja, heel goed. Keer. Ja, heel goed.
Mankeren,
Mankeren. Well done. Francesco.
Zelf.
Pedro.
Een slag in het wiel.
Ja. Ali.
Het wiel.
Eslam. Can you try this again and now unmuted? Ja, niet slecht. Niet slecht. Alison.
Het zadel.
Ja. Christina.
Staan.
Ja. Chancel.
Scheef.
Scheef. Ja. Pascal.
Het ding.
Het ding. Ja. Kyle.
Zoon.
Zone. Yeah, we
Zone.
pronounce this as if it's like this. Zone.
Okay.
Zone. En dan Francesco.
Sorry. De bagagedrager.
Ooh, not bad. Except this word is from French, the first part of this word. And how does that help?
Baggage drager.
Yeah, bagage. Bagage. Yeah, so we see two letters G. The first one is the G, the second one is je because of French.
Oh.
Yeah. Is there another word? Is there another word that you know of that has a similar thing?
Gênant.
What's that, Christina?
Gênant.
Gênant. Yeah, heel goed. Yeah. But
Daar.
I'm thinking of a word that has two letters G, and one is G and the other je.
Nee.
Huh?
Niet. Verder niet.
Waar parkeer je de auto? De garage. Ja, precies. Hetzelfde. Bagage, garage. En de bagagedrager. Dankjewel, Francesco. Pedro.
Afgebroken. Afbreken.
Perfect. Ali.
Bedoeld en bedoelen.
Ja, heel goed. Eslam. Alison.
Kapot.
Zeker. Christina.
Banden, de band.
Ja, Chancel.
Weerstaan. Weerstaan.
Ja, dankjewel. Basker.
Logisch. Logisch.
Ja, dat is beter. Dat is beter. In this case, the g, it has to be g. But there is something about words that end in isch. And the pronunciation of these words. Does anyone know?
And ish, right? Tipish.
Yeah, that's another example of one of these words, but the pronunciation wasn't quite on the money. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know Nederlands a little bit, you know that usually if the letter is written, it has to be pronounced. That's the general rule. There are some exceptions, and this is one of them. And I have to say, I don't understand why we still do this, because basically what you need to do is ignore the CH. Pronounce the word as if the CH are not there. All the CH do is confuse my students. That's all. There's no reason why we still write them. It's of all of the spelling changes that have been implemented over the years. For some reason, this one keeps slipping through. Typisch, logisch.
Logisch.
Logisch. Yeah. Oscar, can you try again? Logisch.
Logisch.
Perfect. Kyle.
Helemaal.
The emphasis is on maal. De klemtoon.
Helemaal.
Helemaal.
Helemaal. Okay.
Helemaal. Dankjewel. Francesco.
Rijdt. Reden.
Rijdt, rijden. Can you repeat, please? Rijden.
Reden.
Rijden.
Rijden.
Dat is beter. Dankjewel. Pedro.
Remmen. Rem.
Aline.
Rijden, doen.
Aslan. Ja. Alison.
In orde maken.
Ja. Christina.
Tip-top in orde.
Ja. In orde. Heel goed. Chansu.
Leren.
Leer, leren.
Leren.
Leer.
Leren.
Yeah, it's more like leer.
I have a question.
Yeah.
For layer, why is it layer and not layer? Because with two E's, it's always A, right?
Yeah, always accept.
Always accept layer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's a good point. De beek. De beer. Beek. Beer. De zee. Het meer. Zee. Meer. Lake. Leer. Or lane. Leer. So the point is, when the double A, or the long sounding A at least, is followed by which consonant, does the pronunciation change slightly?
The R.
The R. Ja, heel goed. So when the lange A, the sound that the letter represents, A, 1, 2, this A, when it is followed by the consonant R, the A is pronounced more like E. It's basically the same sound as ik, except you prolong the sound. Eer. Leer, leren. And in any other case, any other consonant that follows the double A is just A. It's just with the R, sometimes with the L a little bit, but let's not overcomplicate.
Okay.
Is that clear? Okay, excellent. Sorry, who read the tip top in order? Who read that one?
Me.
Christina, yeah, okay. Chansu.
Another one. Leren.
Yeah, that's you read that one, and then Bhaskar, you get the good one.
Uitdrukkingen. De uitdrukking.
Ja, heel goed. Ja, perfect. De klemtoon, de consonant, I have to go back to bed, ladies and gentlemen. The emphasis goes op uitdrukking. De uitdrukking. Heel goed. Kaio.
Klaar.
Ja. That was easier, wasn't it? Francesco.
Koningsdag.
Zeker. Dank je. Pedro.
De feestdag.
Ali.
Het feest.
Zeker. Esther. Kan je dat herhalen? Can you repeat? Betekent, ja. En betekenen. Ja, heel goed. The emphasis goes on T. Alison.
Sloten en sluiten.
Dank je. Christina.
Het einde.
Ja. En Johnson.
Ophalen.
Perfect. Ophalen. Heeft iemand een vraag over een van deze woorden? Zoon. Ja. Ja. Good one. Usually people can confuse these. The zoon is what I am to my father and mother. And the male child. So the first one, the double O, zone. The zon is what we get all the time here in this country. The one in the sky that keeps us warm, you know? Yeah. I mean, thanks English, the sun and the sun, right? Zone, the last one, so the one that is introduced here, the pronunciation is the same as the very first one. It is the same pronunciation as the male child, the zone. And it literally means such a. Ik wil ook zo'n glas water. I also want such a glass of water. Zo'n glas water. Zo'n mooi schilderij. Such a beautiful painting. Yeah. It's a contraction of zo and een. Smooshed together to zo. Okay. Anyone else? Iemand anders? No? All the words are clear enough. Pronunciation and the meaning. All right. Een slag in het wiel. Are you all familiar with that? What that is? Een slag in het wiel. When your wheel in your bicycle usually is bent, is crooked. Oh, and I wanted to say something about ophalen, the very last one. It's not to collect as in I collect stamps, I collect beer bottles, I collect money. No. Ophalen is as in I have to go and fetch, I have to go collect. I have to go fetch my kids from school. I have to go collect. I have to go get my kids from school. Ik ga mijn kinderen van school ophalen. Okay. Anything else? Going once, going twice. Goed. Ik wil graag naar de grammatica, the grammar, because it's the most fun. Bladzijde 148. 148. Dames en heren. 148. 148. 148. Het imperfectum.
Ja.
Yeah. Again, the grammatical equivalent in English is the past simple. I don't know if that helps, but for those of you, there you go. Bhaskar, kan jij de eerste voorbeeldzin lezen? De first example sentence. Kan jij de eerste voorbeeldzin lezen?
Het regende gisteren en het was een beetje glad.
Ja, kan je ook de vertaling geven, de translation, denk je?
It was raining. No, it rained yesterday and it was a little slippery.
And it was a little slippery. Ja, dankjewel. Alison.
Did you say Alison? Yeah, sorry. Ik fietste weg van onze prachtig, wilde rechts afslaan en gleed weg.
Heel goed. En de vertaling, wat denk je?
I biked. I don't remember the way. Something about the way. And something about the right. I don't know. Rechts afslaan, go the right way, and glad is slippery. Ew, sorry.
Yeah. No. It's the general gist. You're okay. The general gist. You're okay. I cycled away from the practice, from our practice, and mevrouw Kirbas, the lady you heard, was the huisarts from the previous chapter.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The book tries to link.
It's related.
Yeah, exactly. So she rode away. She cycled away from her practice. She wanted to turn right, and she slipped away. She slid away. Dankjewel. En Francesco, de laatste.
Ik mankeerde zelf niet, maar mijn fietsen wel.
Ja. How would you translate this?
Okay, so I was wrong. I was not wrong.
Yeah.
But my fiets was.
Ja, heel goed.
My bicycle was.
Yeah, precies. I realized I should have talked to you. I have a little mark here with mankeren, and I completely skipped it. I'm sorry. In mankeerde, in the woordenlijst, you see to be wrong.
Yeah.
It's not as in to be incorrect.
No, just go wrong with the, okay.
Yeah, mankeren means there's something wrong with you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there isn't. But but if there's something wrong with your phone, for example, I mankeert iets met mijn telefoon.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's something wrong. It's not working quite as it should. Something's off. Something's not right. Dat is mankeren. So the phrase ik mankeerde zelf niet is I myself was not. There's nothing wrong with me. I was okay. Maar mijn fiets wel. What is the wel? That last little 3-letter word.
It's like an to make stronger my sentence.
Yeah.
That's why.
Absolutely correct, but it is more specific. It's to emphasize what exactly?
On the feet that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's on bike. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. What did you say, Chancel?
I was saying, like, isn't it just trying to say it was my bike, the bike itself? No? Okay.
No. There's a general meaning, a general use of the word wel.
Like yeah.
I'll give you another example.
Like the con.
The fun thing is, English does not have this word. Everybody knows English is an extremely limited language, right? It's a miracle anyone even speaks it. It's but what does it do?
Contrast.
Which contrast, Bhaskar?
Geen. Or yeah.
So then it contrasts the negative, the negation, the geen, the niet, niets, niemand. Yeah, not so much niemand, but it is the opposite of niet or geen.
No.
And English doesn't have an opposite of this. It doesn't exist in English. I don't know if in Italian or in Arab or in your own language if it does exist, but there you go. Here, ik mankeerde zelf niets, maar mijn fiets wel. So it is to emphasize the fact, it opposes the fact that the bike was wrong, was messed up with, but I myself was okay. Okay, that was a little side street. We gaan naar het imperfectum. As you can see, the words printed in blue are examples of the past tense. Now, I know you all studied the previous chapter in which we learned how the other past tense, its perfectum, works. And as you can see, the way that this works is very much the same. Because, first of all, we have to know whether the verb is part of one of two categories. You have the regelmatige werkwoorden and the onregelmatige werkwoorden. The regular and the irregular. How do you know when a verb is irregular?
You look at the book.
That's right. You just have to know. Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a little red flag that says, no, I'm irregular. No, you just have to know. If you don't know, good luck. But then once you've established, yes, this verb is irregular, then how do you remember the imperfectum? No, irregular. So not regular.
For the imperfectum, I don't know. But for the perfectum, I have to see the last word. If it ends with S, T, K, then
heel goed. Heel goed. That's what we're going to get to in a second, Francesco. First of all, I would like to just point out the imperfectum of the irregular verbs. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most mind-numbingly boring part of memorizing grammar. I remember when I was a little kid, before the beard, we would sit in our classroom and just chant. Gaan, ging, gingen, gegaan. Lopen, liep, liepen, gelopen. And this, as incredibly unsexy and boring as it is still the most effective way of memorizing these stupid things, ladies and gentlemen. And the most effective and boring way is to copy all of these separately from the book into your own notebook. Better still, copy them onto flashcards. So take your card and write gaan on one side and ging, gingen, gegaan on the other side. Make them. Don't go to Quizlet or some other digital app. Don't do it because it's more effective when you make it yourself. Yeah, and just study, repeat. Have your stack of cards on your nightstand every morning. The first thing you wake up is 10 cards. Bam! Start your day off great, right? Or go straight back to sleep. It depends. So take some time. and study these. It will be, you'll be happy that you did. Goed, zo regelmatig. The regular verbs. Ja. When trying to make the past tense in het Nederlands, either the perfectum or the imperfectum, there are two words that you have to immediately think of. English words. How do we... Oscar?
Was, have.
When it goes to the regular verbs, de regelmatige werkwoorden. Francesca already started the explanation. Which two words am I referring to?
Soft ketchup.
Oh, soft ketchup.
Ketchup, ja, heel goed. Ja, heel goed. And it should actually be sexy soft ketchup. So we don't forget the X. Yeah. Sexy soft ketchup. I can see Kyle looking at the screen going, I don't know what this guy is talking about. I have no idea what's going on right now. No. Okay. Anyone want to try to explain what does soft ketchup have to do with Dutch grammar? Who wants to give this a try? Oscar.
I forgot.
Okay. Well, anyone else? Again, you're here to make mistakes, huh? It's okay if you're not quite sure.
If the word ends in s, f, the verb word ends in s, f, t, k, t, ch, or p, the n is t. T.
Ja, heel goed. Ja, heel goed. Well, let's go and take a look at the actual facts of how this works. See, I just rolled out of my bed so completely that I forgot to grab a rag to clean off my whiteboard. Where is that stupid thing? I think I'm okay when it comes to teaching in general. When it comes to organizing my things, I have a few things to learn. Okay. Make it work. I'm not going to tell you what I'm using to wipe this down. There you go. It's not as effective as I wanted to be, but okay. Here we go. We're going to start with the verb werken. Can you all see this? Is that clear enough?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So this is een regelmatig werkwoord. To take these steps to find out whether you have to use t or d. What is the first step? What is the first thing we need to do? Yeah, so how do we get from werken to werk? Remove an. Heel goed. Always step one. Now this is what we call the stam. The stam van het werkwoord, the stem, is also the same as the ik form. And as you can see, Islam, no te. I work is ik werk. Yeah, heel goed. And indeed, we look at the last letter of the stem and we compare this to sexy soft ketchup. And only the consonants in this word. Yeah. Now, is the K part of sexy soft ketchup? Yes. So, indeed, we add werkte for the singular and werkten for the plural. At least that is super simple. All the singulars take te, all the plurals take ten. Nothing more, nothing less. So how do we say we worked, Christina?
Wij werkten.
Wij werkten. Heel goed. And how do we say you work, but the formal you work, Alison?
U werkt.
Oh, you worked. So again.
Je werkt, but that's not the formal one.
No, the u and then.
U werkt.
No, that's present tense. You work.
Werkte.
U werkte. Heel goed. Ja. Again, if the letter is written, it has to be pronounced. U werkte. Ja, heel goed. We're trying with this one. Can you read this one, Ali?
Luisteren.
Ja, wat is de stam van luisteren?
Het is luister.
Luister, heel goed. Wat is I listened. De R.
Ja.
Is R in de secties of ketchup?
Nee.
Nee. Dus?
Dus luisterde.
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 Ja. Ik luisterde. Heel goed. How do we say they listened, Chansu?
Zij luisterde.
Kan je dat herhalen? Can you
We
repeat?
listen, right?
They.
They. Jullie luisterde.
Jullie is the you plural?
Okay, they. Oh. The basics are gone. What was they?
Wie kan Chansu helpen?
Zij.
Zij. Ja.
Luisterde.
Luisterden, heel goed. Zij luisterden. Heel goed. Dat is het principe. That's the principle. Now, do you remember? Perhaps I have worked. How do we say I have worked? Christina?
Ik heb gewerkt.
Ja, ik heb gewerkt. En I have listened. Pedro?
Ik heb geluisterd.
I will help you.
Geluisterd.
Ja. Ik heb gewerkt, ik heb geluisterd. In het perfectum, deze regel, this rule, is really just a spelling rule, right? Ik heb gewerkt, ik heb geluisterd. Gewerkt en geluisterd, we pronounce them both with a t sound at the end. But here, with imperfectum, you do have to know whether it's te or de, because here you actually hear it. Werkte or luisterde. Oké. Heeft iemand een vraag? Any questions so far?
So it will be like ik gewerkt. I worked.
No, the ge is really only for perfectum. It's only for the other one.
No, it's gone. Okay, precies. Then it's done.
Yeah.
You answer my vraag. Dankjewel.
Okay. Super. Yeah. Try to keep those apart. Huh? The perfectum, the ik heb gewerkt, ik heb geluisterd, that I just entered in the chat. Those always require two words. And most of the time you will have the ge included. This one is the easy one because it's only one word and you only add a little bit to the end of the verb. Werkte, werkten, luisterde, luisterde. Okay. Anything else? Iemand anders nog? Nee? Oké. We gaan naar opdracht 7. We're going to exercise number 7. We gaan naar opdracht 7. Dames en heren, you would think, what are we doing here? This is, Again, not very sexy and exciting, but it is effective. You're simply going to read the words, the phrases, the verbs out loud to each other to practice, how to say these and how to expect to hear them as well. Now, normally, there would be 2 people, A and B, but someone messed up my game, and now there are not 8, but there are 9 people in my group. So now I can't have pairs. So thanks. I don't know who it was, but you're an extra point off on the exam. So how are we going to do it? I'm going to put you in groups of 3. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's late. You've been working hard. It's a Monday evening and it's raining, but try to pay attention. Yeah, you're going to go in groups of 3. Persoon A zegt, vandaag bestel ik koffie. Persoon B zegt, gisteren bestelde ik ook koffie. En dan zegt persoon B zegt, vandaag wil ik koffie. Persoon C zegt, gisteren wilde ik ook koffie. En persoon C zegt, vandaag luister ik naar de tekst. Yeah? So you are going to say 2 things in one go. You're going to repeat the imperfectum and then you're going to start the next present tense. Yeah? This way you're going to go around and around, hopefully all saying present and perfect and imperfectum several times. 148 is still opdracht 7. 148 en 149. In breakout rooms. There you go. And I will be peeping in and listening in to see if everything.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Who wants
I
to
got a bit lost in the last moment. What are we doing exactly?
I think we just one person says present, the next one says 1 present and 1 imperfect, I think. So do you want to go first, Aslam? Then I go, and then Chansu? You mute. Aslam? You mute. Yeah. Gisteren bestelde ik ook koffie. Vandaag wil ik cappuccino. Well, I think maybe Chansu, do you want to do the next one and then do 1 each, or I don't know, something like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna say the B and then A again, right? Like,
Yeah.
Gisteren wilde ik ook cappuccino. Maar vandaag luister ik naar de tekst.
Gisteren werkte ik ook tot 16 uur. Vandaag voel ik me niet lekker.
Gisteren voelde ik mij ook niet lekker. Vandaag regent het.
Gisteren lukt het ook. Vandaag trakteert Afke. Oké.
Gisteren trakteerde Afke ook. Vandaag betaal ik.
Gisteren gebruikt ik jouw boek ook. Vandaag beginnen we om 9 uur.
Gisteren begonnen we ook om 9 uur. Vandaag neem ik tomatensoep.
Gisteren bleef ik ook tot 14 uur. Vandaag denk ik aan de vakantie. Vakantie? Vakantie.
Gisteren dacht ik ook aan de vakantie. Vandaag doe ik niets.
Gisteren gaf zij ook een rondje. Vandaag zie ik Ellen en Frank.
Gisteren zag ik Ellen en Frank ook. Vandaag is het hier leuk.
Sorry. Gisteren zei ik ook niets. Vandaag vraagt hij veel.
Gisteren vroeg hij ook veel. How I can read vroeg? Is it vroeg?
Vroeg. Maybe we
Vroeg.
can vroeg, yeah. Yes.
Vroeg.
Thank you. Yeah, he didn't say how long, so maybe we can. Do you want to start, Chansu?
Sure. Vandaag bestel ik koffie. Okay. Should I read the bills?
Gisteren wilde ik ook cappuccino. Vandaag luister ik naar de tekst.
Gisteren luisterde ik ook naar de tekst. Vandaag werk ik tot 16 uur.
Gisteren voel ik me ook niet lekker. Vandaag regent het.
Gisteren regende het ook. Vandaag lukt het.
Gisteren trakteerde Afke ook. Vandaag betaal ik.
Gisteren betaalde ik ook. Vandaag gebruik ik jouw boek.
Beginnen, Islam. Beginnen.
Gisteren begonnen we ook om 9 uur. Vandaag neem ik tomatensoep.
Gisteren nam ik ook tomatensoep. Vandaag blijf ik tot 14 uur. Uur.
Ja.
Gisteren dacht ik ook aan de vakantie. Vandaag doe ik niets.
Gisteren deed ik ook niets. Vandaag heeft zij een rondje.
Gisteren zag ik Ellen en Frank ook. Vandaag is het heel leuk.
Gisteren was het hier ook leuk. Vandaag zeg ik niets.
Gisteren vroeg hij ook wel. Okay. That's fine. I guess we go back, no?
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
okay.
we can go back.
Just leave room, I think.
Yeah, when you click to leave the room, you should see leave breakout room.
See you guys.
See you. Bye.
If you can download the text of the book, like the pages, you don't need anything else. You just need to have, you know. But yes, the book is being used, but at least in A1 it was really intensely used. So we were reading the texts, then doing the exercises. But it was also a different teacher, so I don't know if this teacher will also do a lot on the book or deviate more than the previous. But in A1 we were using mostly the book.
Okay.
Would you like me to, Christina?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, with
No,
my
it's-
phone, sorry, with the phone I don't see when.
Yeah,
Unless I switch the screens, I don't see.
yeah.
I
It's
don't know,
okay.
it
It's okay.
depends. It depends on the content. You can deviate if you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, when it comes to the UvA-Talen format, because there is an exam at the end of the course, I have to stick to the book a bit more than I would like to, perhaps. So we will be working mostly from the book. Ja. Heeft iemand een vraag over deze opdracht, over deze woorden, over de uitspraak, de pronunciation misschien, of de betekenis, de meaning? Oscar.
Ik heb 2 of 3 vragen.
Ja.
How do I pronounce something?
Can someone help, Oscar?
Uitspraak.
Ja, uitspraak. De uitspraak is the pronunciation. Hè?
So, hoe uitsprak ik?
Hoe spreek
The verbs.
ik du
Okay.
uit?
Okay. So, hoe spreek ik afke uit?
Ja, afke.
Afke?
Ja.
What does it mean?
Oh, de afke, dubbel A. Afke. Afke is een vrouw. Dat is een meisjesnaam.
Oh, okay.
Ja, Afke.
Mijn tweede vraag.
Ja.
Hoe spreek ik sorry, I can't find the word now. There's a word here. Voelt out.
Voelde. Je bedoelt dit?
Yes.
Okay. Voelde.
Oké.
Ja.
Dankjewel.
Oké, graag gedaan. Nog iets anders, Oscar?
No.
Nee, Francesco.
Ja, trakteert.
Ja.
De werkwoord, de meaning.
Ja, trakteren. Wat betekent trakteren? Wie kan Francesco helpen?
Because I didn't have the...
I think traktieren is pay a ronje.
Ja.
I pay something. I pay something. Ik trakteer.
Ja, heel goed. Heel goed. Dus trakteren is to treat someone. To pay. Ik betaal dit rondje. Ik trakteer dit rondje. So it's common here in the Netherlands. When it's your birthday, you have to make a huge apology to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I'm a year older. I'm still around. Here's cake.
Yeah.
Have my cake and take my apology. And that is trakteren. Yeah. It can be. Ik trakteer op taart. Ik trakteer op een rondje. Trakteren combined with op. And op is the thing that you pay for, the thing that you buy, the thing that you hand out. That is.
Yeah. Oké, dankjewel.
Ja, graag gedaan. Anything else? De betekenis, the meaning, de uitspraak, the pronunciation?
No, just make the rules yours and don't think too much on what you are. Be more confident on that. But for the rest, at least for yourself.
Yeah, it's a good point. So when it comes to grammar, ladies and gentlemen, this is where my work gets interesting, because for some people grammar is horror, and other people love it.
Yeah.
And you're both correct. Grammar is a way to put the language into understandable formulas. It's basically, if your mind works this way, if you have a bit of a mathematical brain, then grammar is just a formula, how to make something. And you can just repeat this over and over again to get the correct result. But when you're in a conversation, you don't want to sit there and want to say, okay, how do I say yesterday I paid the bill? Yesterday, is it past tense to pay for? Betalen, is this regular or no? Yes, it's regular. Betalen, 60 soft ketchup, no, betaald. This doesn't work. In a conversation, you just need to talk. Yeah, grammar. Don't think about grammar when you're speaking, unless you really, really, really want to. Huh? So it depends on how your brain works, what you feel more comfortable with. Don't try to remember all of the grammar rules and then try to have a conversation with a Dutch person. It just won't work. It's just a tool that will help you to understand why we do things the way we do.
Yeah.
Okay. And try to approach this as well. This is why I really recommend my students, when you study this, simply read these phrases back to yourself a few times. Tomorrow, the rest of the week, just sit there and go, gisteren bestelde ik ook koffie. Gisteren wilde ik ook cappuccino. Gisteren luisterde ik ook naar de tekst. Just sit there and repeat these phrases several times to yourself out loud. Because this way you train your ears to expect your mouth to say the words, to say the language in a specific way. Yep. Repeating, 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 repeating. Boring, but effective. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. I have one last question. Hoe laat is het nu, Kyle?
9 uur?
Ja. Ja. Ja, en in de chat? Hoe laat is het in de chat?
4 uur?
Ja, heel goed. 4 uur. Ja, perfect. Dankjewel, Kyle. Yeah. So we type 16, but we say 4, unless you're in the military. Or in the train station. De trein van 16:12 vertrekt over enkele minuten. Otherwise, we just say 4 uur or 2 uur, etc. etc. Goed. Anything else for now? Or shall we continue? We gaan door. Ja? We gaan door. Oké. Imperfectum van de modale werkwoorden. Bladzijde 150. Bladzijde 150. Imperfectum van de modale werkwoorden. De mogen, willen, moeten, kunnen, zullen. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if your previous teacher has done this, but I really like to impose upon my students not to think in terms of literal translation of the modal verbs, because they are confusing. Yeah? Mogen, yes, you can try to remember as it is may, and in a lot of times it is correct, may, but not always. Mogen expresses permission. Yeah, write this in your book, in your notebook, write this. Mogen expresses permission. Willen is about desire. Okay, want. That one I will give. Moeten, though, How would you describe what moeten expresses?
Like an imperative.
Yeah, obligation.
Yeah.
I would say must.
Yeah. So it's an obligation, but must also, even in English, you can interpret must in slightly different ways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, precies. So moeten can be must, it can be have to. So it can be obligation, but it can also be necessity. It can be strong advice. Yeah, moeten are necessity, obligation, strong advice. Kunnen, how would you describe kunnen?
Like able to.
Yeah, ability. Yeah. Or possibility. Almost the same, but not quite. Kunnen is about ability and possibility. And zullen, will or shall. In all its different forms. Zullen is will or shall. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just to be sure, there is no past tense of zullen. That makes no sense. Zullen, we express the future, and the past of the future, how does that work? Is that now? Is that when is that? That doesn't work. Try not to remember zou, zouden as the past tense of zullen, because literally that doesn't work that way. As you can see, they're pretty much irregular, except for willen, wilde, wilden, that's regular. Does anyone know what wou, ik wou, hij wou? When we look at the table for willen, you can see there are two options here, right?
Yeah.
Has anyone heard what is the difference between ik wilde and ik wou? Does anyone know?
I guess that's the formal one, the wow.
Formal or informal wou?
Formal.
No, it's extremely informal.
Informal?
Yeah, ik wou. Yeah. Informal, it's really a spoken language. Aslam? No, it's very common. Yeah. And the book implies that we don't use this form in the plural, but we do. It's officially it's incorrect. So it's so informal that it is officially incorrect. But people use it. Wouden, wouden. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sit there and memorize. Ik moest, jij moest, hij moest, wij moesten, jullie moesten, zij moesten. Ladies and gentlemen. Again, super boring but effective. I would like to run through opdracht 9 though. I'm going to ask a question and I'm going to nominate someone and that person is going to respond. Welke talen konden jullie vroeger leren op school? Even kijken. Eslam. First, translate the question, please. Aha. Look up in the table. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, could you learn in school? Yeah. And then in your answer, please repeat basically the modal verb. So, ik kon. Welke talen kon jij op school leren? Ja? In Egypte? Ja? Kun je Nederlands leren op school in Egypte? Oké. Engels en Arabisch. Oké. Dankjewel. Kan jij vraag 2 lezen en iemand anders kiezen, alsjeblieft? Ja, vraag 2. Kan jij vraag 2 lezen, alsjeblieft? Ja?
Ja.
Eslam, kan jij eerst lezen, alsjeblieft? Ja. En wat betekent dat? What does that mean, Francesco?
If I can, in my country at 16 years old, you can go to holiday.
Ja, en alleen, wat is alleen?
Everyone.
Nee.
All.
No, not only.
Alone.
Alone. Yeah. Yeah. And again, mocht is the imperfectum for mogen. And mogen expresses permission, right? So I would translate this as, were you allowed to go on holiday by yourself when you were 16?
Ja, je mocht.
Ja, no, I.
Okay, I have to, so ik mocht.
Ja, heel goed.
Wat wilde jij worden als kind, Christina?
Christina.
So the translation first, right? Like, what did you want to become as a child?
Ja, perfect.
So I don't know what I wanted to become, but I can try to make something up. So ik wilde tandarts worden.
Ja, perfect. Tandarts, wat is een tandarts?
Dentist.
Ja, heel goed. Nummer 4.
Somebody else.
Christina, can you first read the question, please?
Yes. Moest jij vorig weekend eten koken?
Eten.
Koken.
Ja, dankjewel, Chanson.
Did you have you cook? Did you have to cook last weekend?
Ja.
I couldn't make.
Ja, heel goed. Did you have to cook?
Ik moest eten koken vorig weekend.
Yeah. Chansu, I'm sure you did indeed have to cook dinner last weekend, but let's pretend you didn't.
Nee.
Ja.
Ik moest vorig weekend ik moest niet eten koken.
Vorig weekend? And do you remember this?
Ja, vorig weekend ik moet niet.
Nee, vorig weekend moest ik. Ja.
Niet eten koken.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't let Chansu have to deal with this herself. This one is tough. There's a reason why I asked her to switch to nay.
I hate it.
Yeah. And understandably so, Chansu. Yeah. But everyone, take a minute for yourself and try to figure out what the correct answer would be. Starting with vorig weekend. But for yourself, please. Yeah, take a minute and try to figure this one out.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah. I typed in the chat, Chansu's response. And it's not quite correct. I'd like to ask you to come up with the correct.
I put the meat in the wrong place. Oh. Oh.
Okay. Now, I would like to ask you, in the chat, you have the drop-down menu, and you can send me a personal message, a direct message, right? So now it is selected to everyone. Please change to everyone to my face. And write what you think is the correct answer in the chat, but only to me, not to everyone, only to me, please. Still waiting for a couple of people. Thank you.
I think.
Okay. Don't know if everyone has sent in their choice, but I have great news. Nobody got it right. Yeah, the negation, ladies and gentlemen. Chapter 8, hoofdstuk 8. Remember me at the beginning of the class saying perhaps it's a good idea for you to go through the grammar of the previous chapters. Hoofdstuk 8 might be one to spend some time on then. It's tough. And the niet and the geen. Yeah. Geen eten. Because eten is a noun. Food. It's indefinite. And we don't say het eten, mijn eten, of dat eten. No, it's indefinite. So we have to say geen. Ik heb geen auto. It's the same geen. And then why is this not correct? Ik moest niet koken. How would you translate?
I missed.
Sorry?
We missed the te.
Ah, the te. Yeah. And yeah, because we have to use a different verb, remember? When we respond nee to a question that includes moet, we have to switch the verb. You have to change the verb. Do you remember? And did you have to cook? No, I didn't have to cook.
So how it should be?
Huh? Pedro, what did you want to say?
Hoef.
Ja, heel goed, Pedro. Ja, heel goed.
Okay.
Ik hoefde niet te koken. Vorig weekend hoefde ik niet te koken. Of hoefde ik geen eten te koken. Ja. Now, what does it mean when you say ik moest niet koken?
I must not eat.
I have no cook. I have no kitchen.
I have no kitchen.
Well, it'd be geen if it was that I would have.
No. And when we say moeten combined with niet, you imply that there is a negative consequence if you do. Ik moet niet koken is I shouldn't cook. Because if I do, I would blow up the kitchen. I would burn everything. I would poison the guests. I don't know, but ik moet niet koken. Don't ask me to do this because there will be negative consequences. Ik moet niet koken. But in this case, that's not what you want to say. You say, I had the choice, but I didn't need to. I didn't have to. So ik hoefde niet te koken. And that's the difference. When in English you say, I didn't have to, implying that there is at least a sense of a choice, then we say, ik hoef niet. And then you have to include the te. Hoeven is always combined with the te, ladies and gentlemen. So, vorig weekend hoefde ik geen eten te koken would be the correct complete sentence, or simply vorig weekend hoefde ik niet te koken. There you go.
I was
Jonsu.
close.
You were close, Jonsu. Absolutely. Yeah. It wasn't terrible. Not it.
No,
Not
I
it.
wasn't. I even opened the chapter 8 and I was clueless anyway.
Yeah, no. Yay, some more studying. Woohoo. Jonsu, kan jij vraag 5 lezen, alsjeblieft?
5. Op welke leeftijd kon jij lezen, Alison?
Eerst de vertaling, first the translation, alsjeblieft.
Of which leeftijd? Of which title are you reading? I don't know.
Leeftijd, de leeftijd is? Anyone?
Right.
Age.
Age. Yeah.
Age?
Age. Yeah.
Like your age, like your oldness, yes?
Yeah, your oldness. That's the one. Yeah. So what is the question?
What age did you learn to read?
Ja, heel goed. En wat is jouw antwoord?
I don't know. Ik kon lezen 5.
Met 5 jaar.
Met 5 jaar.
Oké, heel goed. Dankjewel. Nummer 6. Alison, kan je nummer 6 lezen voor iemand anders?
Moest jij vroeger op zaterdag naar school? Pedro.
Nee, ik hoefde niet vroeger op zaterdag naar school.
Ja, perfect. Ja, heel goed, Pedro. Ik hoefde niet. We would say, ik hoefde vroeger niet op zaterdag naar school. Ja, but that's a different issue. Goed gedaan, wel dan. Nummer 7, Pedro.
Wilde jij in deze groep of liever in een andere groep?
Voor wie is dat?
Do you want to...
Can you nominate someone to answer this?
Okay. Aliana.
Aliana, je staat op mute, hè? Je bent nog niet gemute.
Do you like this group or another group?
It's not to like. Yeah, this is a bit confusing.
Like liever is love? Or do you want this group or do you like it better in another group?
Yeah. Did you, first of all, because it's wilde, did you want to be is implied, wilde jij in deze groep zijn? Did you want to be in this group? Or, and dan liever, how would you translate liever? Anyone?
Stay.
Bhaskar?
Stay.
No, liever is rather. It's a preference. It's about preference. Or rather, in a different group. Did you want to be in this one? Or rather in another one?
Could you use blijf?
Blijven
Blijven?
instead of
Leven? Leven?
liever. Now, liever is not a verb, ladies and gentlemen. It's an adverb. It's a similar word as ook or misschien. Yeah. Again, it's a different grammar point. It's the if you want to study this is in comparatief superlatief. Comparative superlative, hoofdstuk 5, hoofdstuk 6. Hoofdstuk 6, denk ik. Anyways, compare or 7 even. Ja, hoofdstuk 7. So it's the comparative form of graag. Ik wil graag in deze groep. I would love to be in this group. Ik wil liever in die groep. Dus I would rather be in de andere groep. Ja? Oké. Aljana, wat is je antwoord?
Zeker, ja. Ik wil in deze groep blijven.
Ja, heel goed. That's the only correct answer, of course.
Oké. Moest je zaterdag naar de markt? Naar de markt? En waarom? Voor islam? Om fruit te kopen. Oké, dankjewel. I think we have Caio and Bhaskar left, right? If I'm not mistaken. So Islam, can you choose one of these guys for nummer 9? Yeah. Translation? So for Bhaskar, so yeah. Dankjewel, Islam. Dankjewel.
When must you drink wine or beer?
No. Not
when
must.
you want to drink.
No, not did you want to? No. Mocht is the past tense of mogen, and mogen expresses
obligation.
Permission.
Permission, okay.
Yeah. So, wanneer mocht je bier drinken?
When may you drink beer or wine?
And when were you permitted to drink wine or beer?
Ik mocht.
Ja.
Wine of beer drinken at 18 jaar.
Met 18 jaar. Oké, super. Dankjewel. En de laatste voor Caio. Bhaskar, kan jij de laatste lezen voor Caio, alsjeblieft?
Kon jij vorige maand al Nederlands spreken?
Ja. Translation, de vertaling, Caio? You're muted, Caio.
If I could speak Dutch last month?
Ja.
Nee, ik kon een beetje Nederlands spreken.
Dus het antwoord is ja.
Ja.
Ik kon een beetje Nederlands spreken. Ja.
Okay.
Ja, super. Heel goed. Goed gedaan. Well done. Oké. Heeft iemand een vraag over deze vormen van het werkwoord? Any questions about this? Any of this exercise? Any of these verbs?
Nee.
Pedro?
In de 17.
Ja.
De werkwoorden zijn wilde, wat.
That's it. That's the only one. Yeah.
It's a bit strange.
Yeah, I understand. But we do this a lot in het Nederlands, specifically with the modal verbs. We imply the main verb
When we say, for example, ik moet naar de dokter. This is enough. In English, you would say, I have to go to the doctor, right? In het Nederlands, de naar is enough to imply the gaan. You can say, ik moet naar de dokter gaan. That's fine. But most of the time we imply it. And if you think about it, ik wil een biertje. I want a beer. In English, it's the same, right? You can say, I want to have a beer. I want to drink a beer. I want to order a beer. You can, but you can also just imply and keep it at I want a beer. And the same thing happens here. I wanted in this group. In het Nederlands is perfectly fine. In English, you would expect I wanted to be. I wanted to pick. I wanted to join. And whatever it is. But that's implied in het Nederlands. Good point. Anything else? No? Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone who can count up to 10 knows that every week we have to complete a chapter and preferably also get started on the next one. So that's what we're going to do. You are going to study het huiswerk, and that's called. And you're going to review herhaal de dialoog, woordenlijst, en imperfectum. Doe opdracht 1. Twee, 3. Opdracht 8 en 10. En doe opdracht 13. De tekst. Ladies and gentlemen, the answers, again, they're in the back of the book, remember? So complete your homework and then check them in the back, please. I wanted to say something very wise about all of this. Yes, opdracht 2 en opdracht 3 are about the difference between verstaan en begrijpen. Is opdracht 2. And opdracht 3 is about the difference between bedoelen and betekenen. Can you figure out what the difference is? Because verstaan and begrijpen both can be translated as to understand. Bedoelen and betekenen both mean to mean. What is the difference between the two? Try to figure that out for yourself. Yeah. Now, again, because we also have to get started on the next chapter, this is not all. I can see the excitement bursting from my screen. Van hoofdstuk 11. Luister naar de dialoog. Remember 3 times. So you listen without reading along. You listen while reading along. And then the third one, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you. I'm almost done. I promise I'm almost out of your hair. Nothing personal, Eslam, Francisco. But here.
Geen probleem.
Okay. You see here, we listen to the dialoog and the first recording. You have the dialoog met pauses with some breaks in between. That's the third time you listen. You listen to the dialoog met pauses and you listen simply to repeat what you heard.
Yeah, and I can't stress enough how important this is because you have to try to make a connection between the spoken and the written language and hear yourself say it correctly. So, luister naar de dialoog, bestudeer de woordenlijst en doe opdracht 1. In hoofdstuk 11. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that you are all busy people working, studying. So have fun. Yeah. Yeah. Try not to do. Yeah, try not to wait until the weekend. I mean, I feel such a like such a hypocrite when I say this because I am the worst when it comes to homework. I always wait till the weekend, but the advice from the teacher still is don't wait until the weekend because it'll be a lot. Yeah? Okay. Goed. Do you all have my email address, by the way? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And because you are so special to me, I will not only give it to you, there you go, but I will also allow you to email me 24/7, anytime. Shoot me a message. You can email me whenever you want. Any questions, any issues, let me know. Yeah.
Wel.
Yes. Prima.
Ja, dat is het voor mij voor vandaag. Dat is het. Heeft iemand nog een vraag of een opmerking, een remark?
Nee, geen vraag.
Nee? Oké. Dankjewel allemaal. Leuk je te ontmoeten. Nice to meet you. En tot volgende week.
Doei, doei.
Dankjewel, doei.
Bye.